Hello everyone, this is James and I'm Ken with the Chicago Scooter Company. We'd like to start off by saying thank you for purchasing a Chicago Scooter Company Go, and this is going to be our PDI. Let's begin by inspecting the crate. Make sure you don't have any damage, check all the sides, make sure you don't have any puncture holes or any crush damage. This crate's in pretty good shape, this is looking good. Make sure you report any damage you see within 24 hours, otherwise you will not be able to claim it on the warranty. Let's begin by opening now. Lid lifts right off. Then we have the main body of the crate. Lift this off. And as you can see, the scooter is completely assembled and wrapped in foam plastic. So let's unwrap the scooter. As you can see, we take the care to put a piece of cardboard on top of the seat to not leave any marks or impressions in the fabric. Remove this. And let's take the plastic wrap off. See, it's a nice heavy gauge bubble wrap wrapping the entire bike. Alright, we'll drop it all the way down so it's out of the way. And I would take a look at the scooter one more time, make sure that there isn't any scuffs or anything along the way on the sides from shipping. This one appears to be in really great shape. Okay, we're happy with that. So let's go and we'll locate the battery and the mirrors. And there's a few other items that come with the bike, so let's make sure that everything is here. So we take the key out of the ignition. We're going to open up the trunk, and all the stuff is stored underneath the seat as normal. So here's our mirrors, a pair of mirrors, that's good. Here's the owner's manual, and a little couple pieces of hardware. And then here is a brand new unprepped battery. Okay, so now that after we've inspected the bike and we're happy with the appearance, we know that all our parts are there. What we're going to do next is lift the bike off of the base plate. So we're going to begin by lifting the back of the bike off and bring it to the side, so that way we make sure that we don't hang up on the bottom and do any damage to the pipe or any of the suspension or center stand or anything on the bottom. So it's a pretty light scooter, it's not really hard to lift out, so just grab it like so and walk it out. Then we grab it by the handlebar, roll straight out. And we're all set to PDI and prep it. So now that after you've set up the battery, we're going to go and start working on the bike here. First thing you want to do is check the handlebars. Make sure you have a nice, smooth, easy motion. As you can see, let's match the fuzz. There we go. Yeah, everything is fine. Okay. We're going to go through and take off all the protective covers. Make sure that the seat's in great shape. That looks good. A little plastic on the lights. Okay, no problem. Okay, everything else is good. All right. So the next thing I like to do is checking the handlebars, make sure the throttle works right. Nice return spring, sounds good. Got the protective cover here, remove that. Now this rear brake is a little soft, so we're going to adjust it right here. A little hand screw here, I got to do is give it a few turns so you get a nice firm feeling. You want to try to equal them out in feeling left and right. Okay, a couple more turns, pretty good. There we go. Okay, so you want to check and make sure you got a free spin, no problem. Wraps well. Okay. All right, we're good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get ready to put the battery in. Remove the cover, set it on the side. Take a Phillips screwdriver. We have 4 screws to remove. Alrighty, set this cover on the side. Okay. All right, next what we're going to do is we're going to check the suspension and make sure the wheels are tight. So we're going to set her down off the side, on the ground. Hold the front brake, give it a good pull, no clunks, not loose, that's good. Check the back. Yep, sounds good. All right, nothing's clunking around. Then I like to check the wheels real quick, just give them a... As part of the PDI, we do a full check over of all the nuts and bolts on the bike. So I highly recommend that you check the torque on the front wheel. It should be set at about 30 foot-pounds. It's pretty easy to do. It just takes a few minutes. You need a 14mm socket, 14mm wrench. Pop it loose. I recommend you loosen it completely to where it's hand tight. And then we're going to tighten it back up. Make sure she spins right. It's good. Back. Just tighten it hand tight. Okay. We're going to grab a torque wrench, set it 30 foot-pounds. Crank around down. There we go, set. Lift the bike up. Make sure it spins properly. As you can see, you got a nice turn. It's not loose. Nothing's binding. You're all set. All right, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna check the engine oil. They are shipped with oil. Okay. Yep, perfect. Next, I'm going to turn the bike around and show you how to check the gear oil. Okay, next we're going to check for gearbox oil. It's really easy. There's a 10mm nut here. We're going to spin it off, put a rag underneath just in case it drips. I have a flashlight here just in case to take a look. And as you can see, yeah, we definitely have gear oil. We're all set. I'm going to close it back up. Okay, we're all good. All right, we are going to add fuel to the bike now. The gas cap is keyed with the same key as the ignition. Turn it, remove it as so. And we are going to put some fuel in. We'll put about a half gallon in just so we can run it. So once we have the fuel in, we'll put the gas cap back on and we're going to check the tire pressure. Thanks, sir. Okay, front tire we like to set at 32 psi. Okay, that's good. And the rear we set at 36. Okay. Next we're going to install the mirrors. Take them up right in the box. Let's get them unwrapped. This one's mine. And this one's James. So just like any other scooter, the one on the right is actually reverse threaded. So it's lefty tighty. Spin it down. Okay, and we're going to use a 14mm wrench. Slide it down. Put your cap in place. Boots. And we'll adjust them later. Put the battery in next, but before we do that, we're going to do one last thing. We're going to check the float bowl drain screw to make sure it's tight, because they do drain all the fuel out of these bikes before they ship them for us. So just to make sure, we're going to take a look inside. It is right in front of the engine here, and it can use either a Phillips or a standard screw, flat screwdriver. There we go. Okay, this one's good. Already took the cover off earlier. Our screws. Hot to hot, ground to ground. We'll put our cover back on. Place. Got our 4 Phillips screws. All right. Screw it all the way down, and last, put a rubber mat. Make sure that all the corners and tabs get pushed in, locked down. Okay, so getting ready to start her up. I'm gonna turn the key on. Make sure your kill switch is in the run position, and we're going to kickstart a few times to prime the fuel. Okay, let's try kicking it. Start setting it on the button. let it sit and run for a while. We're going to take a look, make sure we don't have any gas leaks. The look appear to be good. I don't see any oil leaks either. Okay, and while it's warming up, let's check the lights. We got the high and low, function properly. Left turn, good. Cancel's working well. Okay, this side, right turn is good. Horn. And the kill switch works just fine. All right, start her back up. Okay, we'll let it sit idle for a little while. Red light works well here. Red light works well there. Okay, so now that we have it running, we know all the lights are working, the last thing we need to do is take it for a test ride. After you do a nice little test run with it, bring it back in, check, make sure one more time that all your lights are working, you're not leaking, and it's ready to deliver to the customer.